It's Fusion Radio with Brian and Keith, man. Always bringing you dope vibes right here, man. And definitely always excited every weekend and we get a chance to spend it with you, and especially you, man. And so can I tell you, this guest that you see on live, man, heard his song, man, Trip to Maxwell, and like definitely intrigued me and definitely said, man, I definitely got to have him on as a guest, man. And looked up, man, and management team, man, reached out to me, man. And I was like, man, look, right on time. Cause like, bro is like a lyricist, man, in my book. And those of you that really know me know that I'm tremendously into lyricists and everything. And so, you know, just having him here is something special, man, and everything. So salute out to my brother from the shop, man. Jehsus Pxece, man.
Man, I'm happy to be here.
No doubt, man. Excited about having you, man. So, man, take us into, man, that story about, man, like what actually birthed you into wanting to do music and all that stuff.
Well, I've been doing music since around 13, you know, so as a kid, you know, I always been inspired by New York artists like Nas, Jay-Z, Mobb Deep, you know. That's why I got like a New York sound to my music, because that's what I grew up on.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. The artist name, man, what's the story behind the artist name? Because that's very unique. I don't know many people that have that name as an artist name.
Oh, well, I came with the name because I started off in high school. Like, I was heavy in the battle rap, so I was battling a lot of people. You know, I kept winning. You know, everybody was like, man, you know, I feel like you the savior. So when that rung in my head, I was thinking like the savior. So man, you know, I'm gonna go with Jehsus Pxece. I like that. It got a ring to it. So you know, it stuck with me, and you know, it's been that way ever since.
It's Fusion Radio with Brian and Keith, man. Got a really dope guest by the name of Jehsus Pxece right here from the shop, man. Talk to me about how long you've been on the music industry scene.
Well, seriously, I've been doing music for like, I would say 5 years. About 5 years, yeah.
Who's some of your biggest influences when it comes to music?
My biggest influence, I gotta say Nas. That's like my favorite rapper, you know, my dream collab, you know. I'm a big fan of Alchemist as well. Like, I love his production. So those the guys that I'm like dreaming to work with.
That's what's good, man. I know everybody likes this question, man. Your top 5 hip-hop artists, man, that you rock with. We know Nas is on that list.
Man, that's a tough one. Nas, J. Cole, Kendrick, Jay-Z, and I'm gonna add something different. I'm gonna say Lauryn Hill.
No, man, that's a dope list, man. Dope list, man. Talk to me about, man, your family and what they mean to you from a music career standpoint.
Well, first off, I got to shout out my brother. You know, he been holding me down, supporting every move I make. So I say my mother, you know, my father, you know, my parents, you know, they support too. So I got a big support system. So shout out to the fam, you know, for keeping me going.
No doubt, man. So I was talking about, you know, a few seconds ago about this trip to Maxwell. So, man, what was the inspiration behind it, man? We're going to jump into that right after you finish your story.
Well, you know, I was reading up on the article, you know, I seen, you know, the incident that occurred, and, you know, I was so moved by it, you know, and that inspired me to do the song.
No doubt, man. What's been the feedback, man? You know, I said how it touched me, man. What's been the feedback that you've been receiving?
Man, the feedback has been greatly overwhelming. You know, a lot of people been reaching out, labels, you know. That's how I formed a connection with my management team, which I'm grateful of. You know, the feedback been pretty good, you know. That song definitely, I would say, strengthened my fan base, you know, for sure.
We're back in a second, man, with the homie from the shop, man, Chicago hip-hop lyricist, man. That's what I'm going to say. Jehsus Pxece, man. This really dope single called Trip to Maxwell is in your ears.
New Crime Cinema.
The
night frigid, wolves holler at a distance. Cluckers posted like street signs, shaking, begging and itching. Hustlers lacking a free Mac of fad to all this giving. Living an allegory, no gap to seek the riches. This the trenches. His moms wanna catch a late meal. Was stopping to get a Polish with the onions that's grilled. Door swing open, he anxious. She say, wait, take a chill. Let me grab the food. We ain't got no place here for real. He say, cool, ma, I sit here. You can keep the car running. Grab me one or two. She said, boy, wait or get nothing. Shaking his head. She go and place her order at an instant pace. She cut in front this fake goon. He say, is you straight? His mama get aggressive, getting all in the dude face. He in the car watching, trying to pinpoint everything he say. He reach his hand back and slap her, then she hit the ground. Shorty see losing his mind as it going down. Look at the glove box, grab mama pistol, then exit the whip. Walked in a restaurant and slowly pulled from the hip. He stand over his mama, about to strike her again. He draw back, shorty draw back, and that's how it ends.
It's Fusion Radio with Brian and Keith, man, right here, man. That trip to Maxwell, man, you just heard it right here on Fusion Radio,
This
man.
is war. One should not think that these are two separate things.
God, son, they're just like on Let's go. Stay away full of steppers like it's a step show. Vietnam in my city, the way the text goes. Blow, nah, fatigue jackets and fat coat. God, son, they're just like on Let's go. Stay away full of steppers like it's a step show. Vietnam in my city, the way the text goes. Blow, nah, fatigue jackets and fat coats. The vision pivoted, game all twisted. Just rob you for your masters, then go and distribute it. A king of drill, I'm the king of all lyricists. Militant mind state, still the rap from the ignorance. A west side nigga out in Paris, he Michelin. With a blast that's vast, anybody could get aquatic, how I walk on flows. Modern day modes, you niggas cop a gun and go pose. How you speaking to the youth with no depth in your scroll. It was written, I was God, son, the magic is bold. Don't make me let the magic explode. A revolutionary nigga mix the ration with soul. Oh, you all about the fashion and clothes. Catch me in fresh wheat, still a be a magnet. Fresh tea, fresh wheat, fresh tea, still a be a magnet.
Freelance writers never excite us. What did the hustle really extract if the passion and art must be compromised? Then does the hustle really matter?
God, son, they're just like on Mexico. Stay away full of steppers like it's a step show. Vietnam in my city, the way the text blow. Nah, fatigue jackets and fat coats. God, son, they're just like on Mexico. Stay away full of steppers like it's a step show. Vietnam in my city, the way the text blow. Nah, fatigue jackets and fat coats.
Yo,
Can I be real with y'all? I wanted to come back after trip to Maxwell. But y'all know I'm a big hip-hop lyricist fan. And I was like, man, let me just surprise them and just go ahead and play this Chicago Nas, and then we'll come back and talk about it after Chicago Nas plays. So Chicago Nas, man, like, what should we know about it? We just heard it. It was crazy and everything.
oh, that's like my favorite song I got right now. You know, Nas is a heavy influence on me. You know, that's my favorite artist who I grew up studying and watching. So that's what inspired that record. You know, I want that to be like my next breakout single. So look for that soon. It's on the way.
It's Fusion Radio with Brian and Keith, man. Got our brother, man, Chicago hip-hop lyricist, man, Jehsus Pxece. So did I hear in the Chicago Nas record that you shouted out the West Side?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so talk to me about the West Side. Is that where you're from?
Yeah, I was born and raised out west, 290. You know,
Man.
shout out to all the artists out there doing that thing, you know. Yeah.
And so, you know, you didn't know this, but these West Side interviews are always special. They always bring a lot of good heat. And, you know, people are beginning to feel like there's a bias when it comes to me because I was born and raised on the West Side. A lot of people didn't know that. And I enjoy venturing on that roller coaster that we got. That venture all the way. You know the one I'm talking about that they built, that new roller coaster. That's a roller coaster, really. That you way up there at the top and then you sizzle on down to 290.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And everything. So, man, like, it just goes to show you that West Side, and I ain't gonna, you know, come off as being biased, but seriously, all sides of our city have dope talent. and you can get lyricism from any side of the town. And when people talk to me about being from Chicago, I always tell them that you have so many different styles. Like, so many people talk about drill, but it's so many different sounds that come out of Chicago. You know what I mean? And I love every bit of it. I really do. I love every bit of it, man. You know, you got, you know, from the west side don't sound like the south side. You know, the south side don't sound like over east. You know what I'm saying? Whatsoever. And then, you know, you got people that are on the north side that are dope, man, you know. And so, you know, just really love our city, man, and what our city brings to the table, and everything. Even the south suburbs. If you shout out the south suburbs, which are closely connected with the city and everything, there's a lot of dope talent coming out of the south, western suburbs, northern suburbs too, and everything. But it's all things Jehsus Pxece right here in the building, man. Want to address a couple of things, man. Management, man. Shout out to management and talk about how you connected with them, what they mean to you.
Well, honestly, I'm just going to say this for all the listeners out there. You know, nothing is possible without a good team. You know, you could be the most talented person in the world, but if you don't have a strong backing, then you're not going to elevate how you should. So I'm very thankful of my management. Shout out On Dummy Entertainment, Eli. You know, without the management, I wouldn't be in certain positions. But I came across management because of a Say Cheese post, Trip to Maxwell. You know, it was on Say Cheese. You know, Sean Cotton reviewed it, and he said it was a good song, which created a lot of people, drew a lot of traction to the song or whatever. And that's how I stumbled across my management, who I'm working with now. And, you know, we've been rocking ever since. Shout out.
Yeah, man. Salute out to them, man. A lot of dope artists are a part of On Dummy ENT, man. And so, like, man, Eli, man, definitely appreciate all the different artists that, man, you send us here on Fusion Radio, man. Like, never, ever have we ever been disappointed with anybody that you send, man. And so, once again, man, my bro is in here, man. Jehsus Pxece, man, and everything, man. Talk to me about past projects that you released, because after hearing Chicago Nas and hearing Trip to Maxwell, I know people on the live, I know people that's listening on the radio are like, man, look, I want to go back, hear some dope stuff from him.
Well, currently I got an old project that's, you know, you could find it online. It's called A Hell Worth Living. You know, it's got about like 10 songs, but it's full of like a lot of unreleased old stuff, you know. So, but I plan on dropping a new project before November, so look out for that.
And so a couple of things. Number one is what's your meaning behind that project, and then where is it available?
The project is available on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, all streaming platforms, you know, under my own label, of course. And the meaning behind it's called A Hell Worth Living. I feel like, you know, every day could be a nightmare. You wake up, you can be going through a lot of trauma, a lot of stress, a lot of pain, but it's people in our life that make it worth being here, regardless of all the hell that we go through. So that's what that title derived from.
No doubt, man. And it's available once again where?
On all streaming platforms. You can go get that right now.
Now, do me a favor. This is going to sound funny when I say this, but we want people to go to the right place, man. So if you could spell out your first name and then spell out your last name from an artist perspective so they can go to the right place.
Jehsus Pxece, Jehsus Pxece.
No doubt, man. And then for those unfamiliar with you, hearing you for the first time, man, how would you describe, I know they heard the music, but as they build more with you, how would you describe your sound and style to them?
Well, I would say my sound is like more boom bapish, you know, soulful, a lot of samples, a lot of soul-driven type beats. You know, I don't have a lot of like trap style songs. That's not really my style. You know, I'm into like the Grammy, like soulful type vibes, you know. So that's how I would describe it.
No doubt, man. Goals and I can say also accomplishments. So some goals you have and then accomplishments over this time that you've been an artist that you'd like to share with the listeners.
Well, accomplishments, you know, I finally this year on my YouTube channel, it's been growing. I finally reached over 100,000 views. total, but Trip to Maxwell is now at 70,000 views. It's climbing. Let's get that to 100. So those are like my accomplishments so far this year, just building my brand and getting them numbers like how it can be. Like a lot of support just pouring in, and I'm grateful for that, for sure.
And some goals that you have set for you musically.
Man, well, I know it's early on, but I definitely want a Grammy. I definitely want to win Rap Album of the Year. That's one of my like future goals, like to get a Grammy or 2, maybe 3, Rap Album of the Year. Something like that. I can see that happening, and to do a feature with Nas, Lauryn Hill, yeah, those goals right there.
So I got to talk about when I hear, once again, Chicago Nas, which we played a little bit earlier, and then we hear Trip to Maxwell, man. Like, performance-wise, man, what is it like to be in the presence of you when you perform it?
Well, I don't want to give away all my secrets, but but you come to a live show, you definitely gonna get an experience. My shows are experiences. It's not just coming to just see somebody on stage with a mic. It's gonna be a lot of theatric, a lot of great music. Preferably I prefer a live band. So yeah.
No doubt, man. And then like details about shows that you're a part of, man. Where can they go to tap in with that?
Well, as of now, I haven't been doing any performances. I've been quiet because I've been working on my album. Like really, like I produce as well, so I've been making beats, working on my album, and I'm trying to put together a mini tour surrounding it. So that's why I haven't been doing as many performances. So look out for that.
What do you love most about being an artist?
The creative aspect. I just love to create. I'm a creative at heart, so I just love to create. That's what I love most about being an artist. Having new ideas and bringing them to life. That's like the greatest feeling in the world right there.
That's what's up. So for somebody that may be, this just sort of hit me. They hear Jehsus Pxece and they say, I've always wanted to make music like that, but I don't feel like, quote unquote, it's going to go the places that the other music mainstream wise goes. Like, what do you say to them to keep them encouraged, number one, with doing music, then number two, to really make what they truly want to create?
Man, my man Brian, I'm glad you asked me that question. Like, this is a public service announcement to all the listeners out there. I just want to say, being different is the key to elevation, and that's what got me to where I'm at right now. Every time my song come on, the first thing a person say, you don't sound like everybody else. You sound different. Like you got to stand out. So I would advise everybody, just be yourself, regardless of what people think. It's a billion people in this world. Somebody gonna like what you're doing.
And then, what I say is that I think sometimes people are just caught up on their mainstream stations in town and only think that that's the only place that they can get music played. There are so many, when I tell you guys, dope outlets, whether it be Sirius XM, whether there be podcasts. When I tell you that I am busy on a weekly basis, like checking out and supporting people's podcasts, their radio shows and all that stuff, to me, there's a lot of great people that are doing great things. And so what may not be the cup of tea for your local mainstream station, there's like countless outlets out there that will support what you make. There really is. I mean,
for sure.
I was watching a podcast last night called Unwrapped for the first time, and one of my bros who has been a guest on this show, PBE Mexico, was on there, and like really dope conversations that they were having on the podcast and everything, and it's on every Friday nights from 8:30 Central time until I say probably about 10 o'clock Central. And everything. And salute out to the hosts of Unwrap. Sure. It's on YouTube. You just type in Unwrap and then you can get in tune with them. But yeah, there's so many dope outlets, man. Salute out to all the different colleges that for years have been putting on artists and everything. And so definitely, man, want to big up everybody that's out there doing a great job, man, and everything. Appreciate the love and support that Keith and I receive with Fusion Radio, man. Jehsus Pxece is here, man. So as we get ready to close out, man, once again, recap social media, recap where people can check out stuff online and everything. Because, man, like, you're a really dope artist, and I want people to, after hearing you here, build on our conversation and support you.
For sure. You said how can they support?
Yeah, social media, and then
oh yeah. You can follow me on Instagram at Table of Crooks, TableCrooks, Table of Crooks, and you can follow me on YouTube as well. Just type in Jehsus Pxece, and you'll see all my latest videos.
No doubt, man. That Trip to Maxwell video is crazy.
Man, it's that song really changed my life, you know. So I, you know, I'm thankful for, you know, all the support I've been getting. You know, shout out my pops, my dad, you know, and my mom, and my brother too.
No doubt, man. Continue success, brother, on all that you do, man. You know, this door is always open, man, for you to come back, man, when you got different things going on, man. And, man, I love the music that you create, and definitely will be doing my fair share of homework to build on the past things that you release, man.
Okay, for sure.